This podcast is not a substitute for a relationship with your mental health professional. Hey, family. Welcome back to another episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise-Brown. Hi, family. I'm excited once again to be back with you. Oh, family. Oh, wait, hold on. If you just scrolled by and you're not a part of our family, we want you to become a part of our family. So click this little button on your phone or your computer so that you can subscribe to the channel. Also, like it, and you see that little bell? Click the bell so that you get notifications every time there's a new episode up. All right. Oh, so we did that. This is for our new family. Come on in, join the family, subscribe. I want to talk to you today, family, about getting rid of toxic people. Toxic people. The toxic people in your life who are creating havoc. They're creating more anxiety for you. They're creating a sense of depression or affecting your mood. So then you have a low mood. They're making you feel bad. They're taking away from your quality of life. And that's not what we're doing, because my job here is to help you to expand on your quality of life, to educate you, to empower you, and to just help you to find a great life so that you can live it and love living it. And when we have toxic people in our lives, they can rob us of our happiness. They can rob us of our joy. And we ain't going out like that. We ain't going down like that. We ain't going out like that. So we are not allowing that to happen. So I am here, family, to give you some tips as to what to do when you have toxic people in your life and they are really affecting how you live your life and your quality of life. No, because you do not have to deal with that. You don't have to do it. And let me tell you something. You can get rid of toxic people with peace and love. Yeah. Don't let them gaslight you into feeling like you are the problem, because no, Mrs. Toxicity or Mr. Toxicity, you are the problem. And this is why you cutting them out. You are getting rid of them. So I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to give you 5 tips as to how to get rid of the toxic people in your life. Okay. So number 1, the first thing I want you to do is do an assessment. So, as you are living life, and you start to realize that there's certain people who are in your life. Now, this could be your family members. These could be friends, friendships, or associates that you've had. And you notice that these people, they could be a part of your romantic relationships. So these could be people in your life whom you can just be having a fantastic day. And on said day, you all of a sudden get a text from them. And the text that you get from them could be saying something really negative about somebody else that y'all know. Somebody else that y'all know together. People who you share in common, who you don't have a problem with. And really, they don't have a problem with them either, but they make up some kind of, judgment or criticism or just some kind of issue that they have, and they think that maybe you should have with that person. So they text it to you. Now, remember I told you, family, you having an amazing day. You ain't even thinking about that person or the person that's texting you. You love them, but you ain't thinking about them. And then all of a sudden they put this negativity in your face. So you've read it now. Now the brain is processing. So now There's a shift in your mood, a shift in your mood from one or two things. So a shift in your mood because now you're thinking about, well, goodness, this is something that I'm going to need to deal with. I'm going to need to handle. I'm going to need to face. I'm going to have to either call this person or I'm thinking about the other person. What am I even going to do about it? When the reality is you were having a great day and you didn't even have to deal with none of this. Like this wasn't even on your plans of things to do. Like this wasn't even there. So now there's a shift in your mood and you realize that. Okay, so let's take note of that. Let's take note of that. Because was this even necessary? You are doing assessment. Not really. Did this person that this person is talking about ever do anything to you? You do an assessment. No, not really. Would my day have continued to be a great day if I didn't get this text? Yeah, yeah. So I don't know who's feeling like the toxic person now. One-offs and two-offs, that's not a problem. So this person, your friend who sent you this text, one off and a two off is not a problem because maybe, they got into something and they need your friendship because they need maybe your opinion or they want to process their information because our friends can do that. But I'm talking about this said person always sending these type of texts because they're always getting into it with somebody else. They're always finding an issue with somebody else. And then by proxy, they're bringing you into it. They're trying to pull you into it. Absolutely not. Take that hook. It's imaginary for all my podcast people who are listening. That little hook that they're trying to pull you, wrangle you in with, take that hook from around your neck, noose, and free yourself. You are no slave to their mess. And allow that toxicity to go. Absolutely not. Or let's just say if you've had a relationship maybe with someone in your family or an old friend or a sibling, and you see that every time that you come around, they have something negative to say about you. They have some negative little dig to say something. So you walk in and maybe they saying something, I don't know. I'll put me in the seat. Maybe they saying something about your hair. Oh, your hair is really, that hair be big. Oh my goodness. Oh, that hair is so big. You still wearing that hair big like that? That backhanded compliments, that thing, right? Or, if they done hit you with that about my hair, being big. So now I'm walking by, I'm like, hey, because, yep, it's big and it's going to always be big. And then you continue to walk by and now they talking about maybe the length of my skirt. Or maybe the way my pants fit. Or maybe the size of my shoe. Because I've heard this before. You love to spend all that money on those shoes. I don't know why you spend. Let me see. What kind of bottom is that? Oh, what's the name brand on it? Oh no, it don't make no sense to spend all that money on no pair of shoes. That just don't make no sense. And it's like, well, I just walked in the door and I had peace and love. And so now you've attacked my hair size. And now you've attacked how my pants fit, or either the length of my skirt, or how much money I spent on my shoes. This is really feeling like some hateration. And let me tell you something, family. Hateration can come from your friends, not really your friends, your associates, from your family members, from your parents, you know what I'm saying? Your aunties, your uncles, from your siblings. Negativity is negativity. Toxicity is toxicity. You feel what I'm saying? So that negative energy, those negative comments, who are they helping? They definitely, if we use the scenario that I use, that doesn't help me. The fact that you're picking me apart from head to toe when I'm just walking in, coming with peace and love, that ain't helping me because I didn't need it. I don't need any of that in my life. I don't need your opinions, especially when I didn't ask for it, you know? And then as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, because this is the thing. When people come for you, you always trying to think, well, let me speak about me, Andrea. I'm always trying to think wisely about how I respond to a situation, because most times the people who are critiquing you and saying negative things about you to affect you, to try to bring you down, when they see, they see that your self-esteem is pretty high. I'm always being mindful and thoughtful about what I should say back, because I know that what I could say could really destroy him. Because what we working on, my hair size and the fact that you ain't got no hair, see, like we on two different pages. The fact that, you talking about how my pants fit or the length of my skirt, when I'm knowing you can't fit in these pants, or you can't even put on this skirt. You can't even put it on your arm. You see what I'm saying? Because the build, the build is off. It's a bad build. Y'all understand? Like the certain thing, like, okay, you talking about the shoes or how much money I may have spent on my shoes, when I'm looking at your feet and I'm knowing that you couldn't even fit your foot in my shoe. You see what I'm just saying, y'all. But because when you're trying to be kind and you're trying to be nice and you walking in with peace and love, and you want to be, your intention is to be loving, on that side, I'm thinking about what I'm saying in my response. And many times when I'm in therapy sessions and my clients, when we talking and we doing the work, many times my clients will tell me this is the same energy that they meet, where they walking into situations where they are toxic people pulling at them, saying negative things to them. And if they were to respond with all truth and honesty, they trying to do the get back, they would crush him. But the intention is not to crush him. So then you say, Andrea, okay, well, so if we're not crushing him, what do we do? So, all right, y'all, we already did number one. We have done an assessment. We have done an assessment that this person, whoever they are, wherever they came from, however close they are or far, and it could even be a coworker at work, like, we've done an assessment. This person is toxic. Okay. So now that we've done that, let's go back to my scenario. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to set boundaries. So now, as we setting boundaries, what are boundaries? Boundaries are lines of love. They are definite lines. And I say love because we can see through them, but you can't get through them. Okay. So just imagine a gate that you can't get through, but yet I can see through it, and I can give you that little princess wave as I'm moving by, because I'm setting up these boundaries with letting you know how close you can come to me and how far away I need you to be from me, so I can go on and live the life that God has destined for me to live. All right, so an example would be that if it was that situation where I walked into my family's member's house and all they doing is trying to pick me apart, it ain't working, but that's what they trying to do. When I've assessed, they toxic, my boundary is, for me, I ain't coming back over here no more. Because why am I spending my time over here with people who are not, trying to lift me up? Why am I over here spending time with people who are not really working in the way that I'm working, so that I can try to elevate and get higher and higher? Why am I spending time around people who are not trying to build me and speak life into me, but tear me down? I will not do that. And family, don't you do it either. So the boundary in that case would be, I'm not coming over here no more. There you go. And let's just say if you got the holidays coming up, so they invite you over for the holidays, and they only invite you. What do they invite? What's the intention? Is the intention to tear you down? Because when you go over there for the holiday, you're gonna be real cute. Your little pants gonna fit you real cute. Your little skirt, your little shoe, everything gonna fit you. My head gonna be big, so I'm not going. Don't go, because what do you want me to come there for? So you want to side-eye me because you're feeling insecure about yourself, hence the toxicity, and you want to pull me down. Well, guess what? That's a dance that I'm not engaging in. Family, I'm telling you, don't engage. Put your boundaries up. No, certain things you just will choose not to do anymore. Some relationships you have to end. Enough is enough. If people who you are in relationships with, whether they're your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your coworkers at work that y'all are cool with, your siblings, your cousins, your uncles, your parents, if you're in a relationship and it's toxic and they are just pulling you down, constantly judging you, talking about you, arguing with you, being really negative around you, and it's pulling you down and shifting your mood, cut the relationships off. If there are relationships online where people are trying to get at you online, block them, delete them, unfollow them, and then make sure that make sure that they can't follow you. I was going to say unfollow you, but you make sure that they can't unfollow you. Get the negativity off of your pages. Get the negativity off of your phones. If they're texting you anything that's negative, anything that doesn't lift you up. Now, I'm not talking about if there's a family member or a friend who wants to have a real conversation with you because maybe there's an issue that they've had with you. That's a different type of conversation because they can visit that conversation with love and respect. When they say, hey, sis, you have any time? I want to talk to you about something. Hey, sis, or hey, cuz, I'm having an issue with something that happened the other night or something that you said to me. That's peace and love. That's respectful. You open to that conversation, family. But if they coming at you, texting you with some BS about somebody else and just some negativity, if you don't block them and delete and let that go, let it go. Please let that go. Block. Put your boundaries up. If they on your page on social media, if there's people who come up on your page and what they're putting out on their social media is negative, it's always negative and is argumentative. And even if you see them in conflict with other people or they always talking negatively about other people, baby, I will clean up. I don't even really like social media, but the fact that I need to be on there so that I can put out the good word, put out the good news, I understand that that's a part of the work that I do. I clean up my stuff. I'm not seeing nothing that's negative. If it's negative, it's going. You hear what I'm saying? Delete it, block it, unfollow it, and make sure that they unfollow you. Unfriend them, clean it up, because your mind is a powerful thing to waste, and we ain't doing it. We are making mental health a lifestyle. You are taking care of your mind. So you have already assessed, which is number one, that this person is toxic, whether they're on social media or whether they're in your life. You're going to set boundaries, delete, block, delete them from your life, keep it moving. Number three, this is the thing. Don't you ever think that you're losing out on anything, especially when it's negative, because you cannot lose on anything that God has for you. So don't be afraid to delete people from your life. Don't be afraid to block people from your life, because if it doesn't feel good, it's not for you. If it doesn't feel good, it is out of alignment with who you are and whose you are. God, you understand? Your destiny is waiting for you. You don't need negativity to block you from what God has destined for you. You don't need people to trip you up. You don't need people to make you to cause more anxiety in your life and depression. Your life is already life. And so don't you ever fear setting boundaries with people and removing them from your life. Don't you fear that, because whatever God has for you, you will not miss. So number three is going to be focus on your goals. So don't be afraid of losing out. This is the thing. Once you clean out that energy, the next thing that you do, what you replace it with, is your goals. What are my goals? Where am I going? What am I dreaming of? What am I supposed to be doing? Whatever that thing is, put your energy into your goals. How am I going to get to wherever it is that I want to go, where I see myself? Because I will be there. So now I need to focus and concentrate on that. And that negativity, that energy that I was getting from the negative places where they was texting, and I had to think about it and I had to process it, and it changed my mood, and I had to think about how I'm going to respond and how I'm not going. Too much energy, family. Could you imagine If all of that was removed from you, that negative energy, that negativity, and then you could use your energy for good, the good for you, so that you can build and you can go towards your goals. So focus on your goals, not the toxic people. Let them go and cut them out. Number 4, hey family, I have something for you. I'm excited for you to see this, and hopefully you'll taste it. So this is a protein drink that I love. And guess what? It has only what you need. That's the name of it. OWYN, which stands for only what you need. It is a protein drink with 20 grams of protein. Oh my gosh. But my favorite flavor is dark chocolate. So in the mornings before I go work out, I will drink this protein drink, and it's so good. As I told you, I'm always going to be transparent with you about how I make mental health a lifestyle. And this is a part of how I take care of my mind and my body. All right. And so this is 100% plant-based, 100% gluten-free, and 100% vegan. It has an excellent source of omega-3s. It contains 3 grams of prebiotics. It's a good source of fiber. It has essential amino acids, greens blend, and peas from North America. And I'm going to repeat, it is 100% plant-based, 100% gluten-free, and 100% vegan. Family. And let me just tell you, even sometimes during the afternoon, in between clients, if I get hungry and I feel like I need something, but I can't really sit down for a meal, I will go to the refrigerator and get only what I need. And this is the flavor, but they have so many other flavors. And family, you can get them from everywhere, wherever you shop. So Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, you can find them everywhere. All of the grocery stores. So they have vanilla, okay? Vanilla. And it's 20 grams of protein. Cookies and cream. There she is. They also have, if you are into coffee, they have one that's called a cold brew coffee. So if you're into coffee and the taste of coffee, cold brew coffee, and it's still a protein drink with 20 grams of protein. They also have mocha latte, caramel macchiato, and a vanilla latte. So these are the different flavors. Vanilla latte. Okay. And let me tell you this. So all of these that I just told you about, you can find them in the grocery store. But then there's one that you can only get online, and that flavor is strawberry banana. It's only what you need. That's what's in here. Only what you need. So family, don't you ever say that I didn't give you nothing. So please go out and try it. I mean, I drink them all the time, and I really do enjoy them because they have only what I need. Or now you're going to rise above. So remember I told you when, I gave you the example of you going into somebody's house and they trying to come for you, and in your mind you thinking what I could say out my mouth would, like, it's hurting me. like the truth that I could actually spew back at you to get back at you is really it's gonna take you all the way down, because and I know that the situation you in is not even near the situation I'm in. And this is the thing, as a person that empathizes, and probably some of you too, just me thinking about what I could say back, it's gonna hurt me as much as it's gonna hurt you. So listen, this is what we're gonna do on number 4. We're gonna rise above it. We ain't gonna argue back. We're not gonna argue back because you're already protected. Y'all remember that Bible verse that I will keep toting. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. That's what God said. So you don't ever have to think about how you have to get somebody back. I was going to say got. I'll say got to or have to. How you have to get somebody back. You'll never have to think about that. Like, oh, my ego and my pride, who would The ego and pride is of the devil. Don't you get caught up listening to ego and pride about how I got to get back at this person and I just can't. Baby, let me tell you something. Let them go. That's the biggest get back. The biggest get back is letting somebody go, especially when you are amazing in their life, okay? The biggest get back is setting those boundaries and allowing them to live without you. See, that's when you really learn who you are. Keep messing with me and I'm going to show you the amazing person that you are, how magnificent that you are, the miracle that God created you to be. So your get back, you don't have to get nobody back. You ain't got to get nobody back. There you go, my ebonics. But you don't have to get anyone back. Okay, all right? You don't have to. You understand what I'm saying? Because the truth is listen, we reap what we sow. Every single one of us, the Bible says it, we reap what we sow. So let me tell you, people create their own karma. People create their own get back from the opposite side. So you don't have to worry about it. So you rise above it. You know, like Michelle Obama says, what she say? They go low, we go high. Please keep going high. Please keep going high, family. Keep going high. And then number 5 is when all of these things wear on your mind, you start to kind of be concerned. You get a little anxious with this process. Trust God. Trust God, family. The biggest, y'all know, I will always say this is the biggest one of all, is tap into your spirituality. And for me, that is God. I am trusting God. So listen, I don't ever have to go on and get back because I already know who's got my back. It's God. You know, I already trust what he said. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm trusting what he said. He said you reap what you sow. So why do I have to roll around in the mud with the pigs? I don't need to roll around in the mud. Absolutely not. I'm not going to do it because I have too many goals. And you do too, family. You have too many goals. And you were created as royalty. So if you created as royalty, why would you get down on the ground and roll around like you're anything less than? Absolutely not. So family, we're going to cut toxicity. Cut it out your life. Cut toxicity out of your life, family. Number 1, you're going to do an assessment for toxicity. Is this person toxic or not? Once you realize that they're toxic, you're going to set boundaries, real boundaries. And even if it looks like deleting, blocking, delete, block, get rid of them, cut them out your life. Number 3, you're going to take all that energy that you was expelling with the toxicity and you're going to focus on your goals. What are my goals? What am I doing next? Where am I hitting big next? That's what you're focusing on. And then in the process, is they trying to come because they're not going to like it. You know that. So they try to come back at you. But you rising above all of that. You want to know why you rising above it? Because you already know abundance and prosperity is yours. Why? Because he said so. Because number 5, you're going to trust God because he's got your back. And let me tell you something. You can never, ever, ever lose out on anything that God has for you. And me, I'm putting my money on God. And I hope you do too. I love you, family. And this is the end of another episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise-Brown. I will see you next week. I love you, family. Love you long time.